Yeah.
Girl, I'm in a different wig.
The growth strategy people were all over my For You page. Do this, do that.
I feel like I fell into the accidentals category. Everybody wants to be like the big dogs.
And then everyone makes a think piece.
Wow.
This is segment 1, creators and inspiration. What's your name and what type of content do you create?
Hey, I'm Lauren W. And I would say I create lifestyle content that encompasses like travel, me just like existing and being a hot girl, honestly. And also just anything that I'm really hyper fixating on at the moment, which could be like hair, makeup, beauty, fashion, getting on a plane and going somewhere, just being outside. So pretty much everything. I would just call it lifestyle. Okay, what about you?
I would say I'm most known for doing beauty content, like skincare beauty. But at the moment, like you said, it's all lifestyle. Like literally, I think when we first started, it was very much what's your niche? But now it's like, I'm just going to do what I want. So yeah, I agree with that. What led you to start creating content? And what led you to start creating and what has been your experience so far?
Okay, I feel like my journey it's funky because, I don't know, you tell me if you see it this way too, but I feel like a lot of people that came up in that first wave, it was like the dancers, the accidentals, and then like the people that want to be influencers after seeing what happened with the dancers and the accidentals.
Yes.
I feel like I fell into the accidentals category because, I don't know, we were in the pandemic, so it was 2020. I was in my apartment alone, and the first bit of content that I was creating was literally like me exploring Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And then it turned into me exploring all over New York. And I was just by myself, and I was like, maybe I want to start recording these videos and just like share them with the world. And I also was like on Instagram a bit. I always tell people I was posting to Reels before like Reels was for real, because I was just like, I'm just posting videos. Instagram was not pressed about Reels when I was posting it. I was like, this is just me posting silly videos and just like seeing what my friends think of it. So yeah, that kind of just kept transitioning as my life kept transitioning. So different things were happening and I just kept recording it and people just kept being interested. So I was like, maybe people are enjoying the journey that I'm on. So I guess I'll just keep sharing it and keep sharing the things that I really enjoy and just kind of create conversation around that and just create like a space for people to also, I guess, enjoy and get inspiration from.
No, yeah. I feel like we both were, I call it like accidental, like COVID babies. Like, like I feel like COVID was very much like, what are you going to do now? Because a lot of people's jobs were like, okay, you want to come back? And I was like, no, I don't want to come back. So I think I'm just like you. I just like picked it up and was like surprised that people were reacting to it. Because I'm just posting the most random. Like when I began, I was posting the most random stuff.
First of all, when you was on that wave of posting the content of just your like skinning, I was like, oh, who is this?
No, I remember that. I remember when I first started and I was just doing dark aesthetic. You could hardly
I remember
what was going on, but people were into it. And I'm like, okay, I guess they like this. But then I'm like, okay, let me move on to something else. But that's definitely how I got started. Okay, let's see what's next. What is your favorite brand collaboration in a few words and why?
Oh my God, this is a good question. Wait, you go first, and then come back to me.
What is my favorite brand collaboration? I would say I did a brand collaboration with Fenty. I feel like every collaboration I do with Fenty is fun because they literally just let you take control. Like, of course, there's a brief, but it's very much just like, this is an example. Yeah. I've definitely worked with some brands when it's like, this is the brief. And like, they're like, also don't forget to talk like this. And I'm like, okay.
Wait, they tell you how to talk?
Some brands will try, but I always push back. They'll like, they're like, I want you to be more upbeat. And I'm like, this is my upbeat. This is as upbeat as it's gonna be.
Didn't you watch my videos and see what my voice was like? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like Fenty is very much like different in the game, not only with like what they're doing, but they really just let you take control. And they let you have your personality in there. So that was definitely my favorite.
Okay, I like that. I would say any of the projects that I did that kind of felt like off the cuff and kind of random. So I think 3 come to mind. I'm not going to get into detail because clearly we don't have time for that. But one of them, they literally sent me like a tufted food item rug. And they were like, just put it in your space and do something with it. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll figure out what to do with a tufted piece. It was like a tufted burger or something like that, which is still in my house now. It's really cute. And then another one, it was my first time going to Coachella, and the brand was like, just talk about the brand and then just be at Coachella. And I was like, oh, yeah. This is basically a day in the life video.
Yeah.
And then just incorporate like whatever the product was that they were trying to push. But it felt like so natural, honestly. And what happened was I ended up using, well, clearly you should, like, for me personally, when I take on campaigns, I'm very serious about, is this realistic in my life? Do I think this is something that I would share with my friends? And is this something that I actually think is valid? Because if I think it's like dumb, honestly, like point blank, I'm going to be like, I'm not sharing this with nobody. I don't care how much money you're paying me. You know what I'm saying? But the product was actually it was a platform, like a social media platform, basically. And I was on there like, hold on, I might actually need to be on here after this. So it was really cool to just like, it's always fun for me to learn about new things and find out about like new brands, new products through the campaigns that I'm like sharing with people. So I think for me, it was like kind of a double pro because I got to go to Coachella with my friend, and then I got to like learn about something new as well.
+1, damn.
Yeah, she had to get her own there, but they paid for her ticket, so that's, I mean, nice. Pros and cons.
Yeah, I mean, she got there for free, so that's good enough.
This is true.
Okay, let's see what's next. Do you prefer? We just talked about this. Give me a second, guys. Do you prefer a complete creative freedom or a big budget?
I like creative freedom over big budgets. I don't know. And I really feel like it's because I'm just not a money-driven person. And I've especially learned that since being in this industry.
You can't be.
I can't be swayed by like bands. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's for me, because I'm like, I started out all this stuff because I like to be creative. I like to express myself through like the work that I'm making, through the videos that I'm making. And when the brands, to your point, are like, here's your script, here's how you need to say it, here's what you need to do, here's what it needs to look like. Ooh, and when they hit you with that, we don't want to ask for a reshoot, but we basically need you to reshoot. Yeah. Girl, I'm in a different wig.
Put it in the contract.
Exactly. So I personally would rather them give me like an open brief with obviously like parameters of what they want, but like just let me vibe. This is why you picked me in the first place, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I love that. I feel like, we kind of touched on this, but basically I would always say don't. I mean, I know it sounds cliche, don't do it for the money, but you can tell when someone is doing it for the money.
Absolutely.
First of all, because it's very much like everything, so many things will come your way. And it's like everything's not meant for you. So I feel like creative freedom is a better way to grow in the first place. So get the bag, but do it consciously.
Don't sell your soul.
Yeah, don't sell your soul. Okay, tight turnaround or delay payment?
Listen, I'll be fighting for my life with the tight turnaround. I feel like I'm the pushback queen, like with feedback too. And it's crazy because honestly, the fact that I'm saying I would rather my money be delayed than these people be pressing me, because I just feel like sometimes it gives a lack of respect and a lack of boundaries.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you took 16 weeks to sign, to like just even get back to my manager and say we're going to do it. And then you're like, okay, well, I know we took all the time that we said we were going to do for like you to actually be able to record, but we actually need it on Monday and it's Friday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, absolutely not. You're not going to get it
Where's
on Monday.
Where's the tracking information?
Right. Oh my God. No, let's discuss. When they need to send you a package and it hasn't got to you yet. And then it's literally to you the day before it's due. And you're just like, so is the expectation still that you want it this day? Or can I get the additional time that I lost because you sent it out late?
Type turnaround for me is like 4 days? I think that's tight. Anything less than that, that needs to be feed.
Yeah.
It needs to be a booking of.
Because sometimes they'll try to do like, you know which ones I hate? And I'm like, you're skincare beauty, so I feel like you could relate. The ones where it's like, we need you to do a video on this serum, this cream, whatever. And these are like, this is what the cream is supposed to do. It's supposed to change your life after like 6 weeks, but we need the video in 3 days.
Yeah, it's like, it's not authentic.
at all. Yeah. Like, I honestly have gotten to the point now where I ask if I'm working with a brand that I know is trying to pass off not pass off, that's a weird word, but they're trying to promote for a new product that they have, and it has something to do with skincare, and it's supposed to be like some type of improvement over a course of time. I'll be like, can I get 2 months to test this product out? Yeah. So this one brand that I worked with, they, like 2 times now I've worked with them, they've sent me the product like way beforehand. They gave me like 2 months for real to test out this product. And I was like, it's a good product. Yeah. So it's nice to have that too, and that to me speaks to like the authenticity of a brand and like them actually standing behind their product too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, our quick fire round.
Okay.
All right, what is the best editing app, software, and why?
I think CapCut.
I think so too.
Because it's, first of all, it's free.
I know that's
so anything free is good. And it, like, I feel like you can do it on your phone, tablet. You can do it anywhere. And you can always, like, share the data very quickly. Mm-hmm. And there's so much you can do on CapCut. So
I know.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I agree. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot I just have not unlocked on that app yet.
There's so much. You know how I learned how to use CapCut? Through the, like, edit people. The people online who make like anime edits.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. What? Yeah. Break that out for me.
Like the people who make anime edits, they do a lot of tutorials on like CapCut, and I feel like they really know how to use it
on TikTok.
Yeah, on TikTok,
that's
like
so
they use it. Like they use everything on CapCut. So I just looked at some of their videos. I was like, okay, transition this. That. They're really good, so they'll help you out.
That's so funny. Okay, smartphone or DSLR?
Smartphone.
Yeah, it's like,
unfortunately.
I agree because DSLR is so much better. And you can, like, I've seen videos where people incorporate it or some people like solely shoot DSLR and it's perfect, it's beautiful, it's like,
there's so much work.
Crisp. Yes, it's so much work and it doesn't always have the engagement payoff.
Yeah, I feel like it depends on what platform. If you're doing TikTok, I would say smartphone.
Yeah.
If you're doing Instagram, you can get away with both.
You can
I feel like YouTube, obviously, you have to keep it simple. But like TikTok, I don't know. They reward like lower quality.
Don't they? Because I'm like...
not lower quality content.
No, but like...
Lower quality, like kind of just distort, like... Just,
it's true.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it's been many times that I've been in crusty wig braids and a bucket hat and the video popped. And I'm like... All right, I would have done a little better if I'd known that y'all were going to be messing with this video.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like they just want you to be like, turn up as yourself.
Yeah, which I like.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what drew me to it initially, for sure. Okay, long form or short form?
I prefer short form, I do. I feel like recently long form has been doing better with me. But like, it's going to take me a moment to, like, I like to just pull up on my clip. I like a quick little clip and I'm done. I can't be on the camera for that long.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'm a Yaposaurus. So I'm like, oh, honestly, when they put this 10-minute function on there, I kind of was like, or on TikTok.
Did you use it?
Oh, yeah. I haven't done like a whole 10-minute video. That's kind of like excessive.
Okay, yeah.
But it gave me the flexibility to do longer vlogs. But I will say I am trying to tap into YouTube now just out of like, because I know that I'm a long-winded person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe this could be better for me as like just like adding more, what's the word I'm looking for? Diversifying. Like diversifying myself and like the things that I do. Because it's like, okay, between TikTok and Instagram, a lot of those videos are the same. Some things I wouldn't put on Instagram that I would put on TikTok.
Yeah.
But then it's like YouTube kind of lets me break out some of like, if I wanted to do like a longer vlog or like now kind of just wanting to maybe speak to things that are going on in my life in like a different, like just a different vlog format. I don't know. I think just like me being a baseline creative person at the end of the day, I'm always energetic and like interested in trying out different ways to like explore how I can use my equipment and how I can like stretch my creative brain to its brim, I guess.
I will catch you on YouTube soon.
Look, I'm trying.
Okay, segment 3, the creator and the strategy. Okay, what are some challenges you face as a creator?
Okay.
She's like, this is a long one.
Look, because, and I don't know, I feel like there probably is there is a question later on down the road that I'm going to save my actual answer for because I think it fits better there. But challenges, I can't stand the up and down of content creation.
Yeah.
It's so draining to be like, ooh, I'm writing a high today. And then the next day you're like, oh, well, like maybe I'm in a creative funk. Maybe I'm burnt out. Maybe nobody likes my stuff anymore.
Yeah.
And then you're just in this cycle of like, oh, I lied. Everybody's really messing with me. And then it's like, nobody's messing with me. And you're it's just like that. And then I'm out of the space of being like, oh, the algorithm hates me, blah, blah, blah. I really think it's either your stuff sucks or it doesn't suck. And sometimes you have to tell yourself, oh, my stuff really
you can't blame it on the app all the time.
No, sometimes your videos really do just suck. And I have to tell myself that too, because it's like I'll get into a place where I'm like, okay, it's feeling a little bit repetitive. It's feeling like I need to try something new. But then sometimes I feel like I start to overcompensate and I kind of lose like the foundation of who I am.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing. Like I think the biggest challenge is remembering to stay true to who you are and true to what you started for, because there's a lot now, especially there's a lot of creators, there's a lot of tips, tricks, there's a lot of tools, and you just don't know like
what you should be using.
And it's stressful because then it's like, okay, well, I would never do this type of, like, I wouldn't do dark aesthetic content, but then if I was somebody that was like, well, this is what's moving, so clearly I need to like start doing dark aesthetic content, right? And then you kind of get confused yourself and you're like, oh, this isn't me. How did we get this far? No, what about you?
True. I would say, I don't know how to word this, but I would say the most challenging thing is not to get sucked into the high of going viral.
Oh, like, absolutely.
Because like once you go viral, and don't lie, people like it gives you a little bit of a feeling of like when you go super viral, and you're just like, it's like hitting the milli. It's 2 milli. So it's like, you have to realize like that's not always going to happen. Just because it's happening for someone constantly doesn't mean it's always going to happen. So continue your continue your normal content and don't let it like, because with coming viral comes hate. That's just how it goes. And I know it's crazy. Like the more hate you go, usually sometimes the more viral you go. And I see why some people do that, because I'm like, it's like both positive and negative pushback, and people be in the comments scrapping and
with themselves.
I
don't even be getting in it.
I never say anything. I just like whatever. But I would say just staying true to yourself is the thing.
I like that. Wait, I want to simmer on that for a second. Yeah. The viral thing.
Yeah.
Because I think that is something I have to remind myself too, and I think it is important for like a lot of people coming into the game, because you really can get so blindsided by thinking every video needs to be like that. And to your point, some people just have it. Some people's videos are going to pop every single time. Yeah. And you might not be one of those people whose videos pop every single time, but you have to be okay with that. Yeah. But then I'm also trying to remind myself that like, everybody doesn't need to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody can't be Beyonce. Respectfully, like, not me saying I'm not Beyonce, but like, I'm in all of this, I'm not Beyonce.
No, I feel what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you got to be Kelly and Michelle. And honestly, Kelly is bad. So I'll be Kelly. I don't mind being Kelly. But it's like, I feel like it's hard for people to accept that because everybody wants to be like the big dogs. And
then everyone makes a think piece.
And then you getting included in think pieces. I'm sorry, respectfully, I know them creators are tired. I know they're tired. Because I'm like, imagine opening the app and it's like, oh yeah, so-and-so, this is their page and I'm all up in their business and here are the things that they're doing today and tomorrow. And you're just like,
couldn't be me.
Look. Okay.
Oh my God. Okay, let's see what's next. What are some techniques for growing and engaging with your audience?
Child. Okay. So
answer those comments.
Look, and that be the way, like, and it's crazy to me that people don't. Yeah. I think they're so fun. I love answering comments. And I'm like, this is probably just the Gemini in me.
Yeah. When someone goes first, I'm like,
me? Oh my God. But no, it's really like, I think answering the comments is so important because it really does make people feel like you're talking with them. And I think like answering DMs too.
Yeah.
Not the TikTok DMs because they're kind of weird.
Yeah. But Instagram DMs.
Yeah, Instagram DMs.
TikToks?
No, I don't even have that option on because I'm just like, it's a scary land over here. But I often go to the request section because sometimes like things get missed over there. Yeah. And it's sometimes people responding to your story or just like asking. A lot of people have like asked me questions about certain videos I've made and stuff like that. Like a lot of my travel stuff, they'll be like, oh, where's your Airbnb? Or I've been watching you for a while and, I love XYZ content. Sometimes it's really just like appreciation, gratitude, and support over there. And I'm like, I appreciate this because it's not too often that I would clearly like see this because you're not somebody that I follow. Like, I mean, I don't know you enough. Yeah. But I think the answer is answering comments. And then also like, and this is, why has this now become like a lesson to myself? Like things to tell myself. I need to like come back and watch this podcast because clearly I'm spitting. But basically, when even thinking about how I approach my content, I think that sometimes I get a little too caught up in the I, and I need to lean a bit more in like the you. But it can be hard, especially if you're doing like lifestyle content, because it's like, this is my life that I'm sharing with you. But it's like, how can this benefit you? You know, because sometimes it's just like, okay, I'm watching you like a TV show, but are you going to a restaurant that may be of interest? Can you put the address? Are you traveling to a place that might be of interest? Can you drop your Airbnb? How you got around? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like trying to figure out how to incorporate the you within the I. And I think that's what makes people feel like they're actually a part of your page versus just like a bystander watching it.
From it. Yeah, that was good.
Okay, what about you?
Why did I forget what?
Not you forgot. Let me read it to you. Hold on. What are some techniques for growing?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Oof. I feel like I know this is annoying because everyone hears it, but like you do have to be consistent.
Oh,
like, and it's hard to be consistent. It really is. But and consistency doesn't have to be like, okay, post every day, but at least post for an amount that your followers are aware of. You know what I mean? If you don't want to post every day, post every 2 days, post every 3 days, but make it those days so that people can have something to come back to. I noticed that if people have something to come back to, they're excited about it. Versus like if you post and then like
dip.
I mean, but if you need a break, take a break. But like, you know, it's like I feel like being consistent is the thing that's helped me the most, probably. And that can be any platform. If I don't want to post on TikTok, make your way over to Instagram. Go on YouTube Reels. Just find an app that you feel like, okay, I can be consistent on this app. Yeah. So.
No, that's true. And also just consistency within the work too.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. I feel like sometimes it's hard to keep trying to get back to what you think you know. And then you're like, okay, I think people are liking this. Let me keep putting this out. But sometimes you got to like, I don't know. It's kind of like you got to switch it up, but still maintain the foundation of like
what you know,
are.
what you did. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is harder. So
hard. It's like I do want to grow,
right?
Sometimes, but like if you notice like someone likes you for this, then it's like it's hard to not shake that. But yeah, that's true. Okay, let's see what's next.
Are you with management or are you an independent creator?
I'm with management. We're both under the same management team.
We are. That's how we met.
Kensington Gray. Shout out to you.
I
feel like being with a management team has changed things within like the connections that they have and not having to answer emails. Because I feel like for me, that was the most annoying part. Like going through my emails and fighting for yourself. Like telling a brand why you should pay me this money or why you should do this. It can be a bit challenging when you're doing it for yourself because I feel like having a management team has made brands take you a little bit more seriously.
For sure.
I've heard a lot of other girls say that. So I think having a managing has its perks. One that fits with you because there are some people who have management and they're like going through management after management. So you just have to find what works for you, honestly.
I 100% agree. And honestly, it has also helped me a lot with like ease because I still work. And I used to be, baby, I was leaving them emails for like 6 weeks. It was actually crazy that I was still getting partnerships when I was not signed because I'd be like, I don't feel like answering this right now. Or just be like, because to your point, you got to think, how much money do I want to charge these people? I was throwing stuff at the wall, honestly. Because I remember one of the biggest campaigns that I got while I was still independent, I threw out a number. Because I work at an ad agency. It was like a rival ad agency. I said, this is what my job would probably pay somebody. So I'm an S for like 2 times more.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's good.
Yeah, it makes sense. I was on my Zoom on that. But like, it's hard. It's hard to know. Yeah. And that's why I think it's important to have the conversations, even like with your management team. Like I like to see how they break down payments to people because then my friends that aren't signed, I use my base as help for them to try to do stuff.
Oh my God.
But let me tell you, the fight of trying to tell people how much they're worth is like people will push back.
They will. They're really like, well, this is the budget we have.
That's a lie. Girl, because tell me why. Okay, quick aside, then we can come back. Tell me why I was doing this one I was not doing the campaign. They had one of my managers had pitched me the campaign. I read over it. I said, okay. One of the things seemed dumb. I said, yeah, I don't think I want to do that. But like, I also don't think I just want to do it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Girl, why did they come back and double the amount? I said, oh, it was...
Sometimes you just got to say no.
They always doubled. I said, wow. I mean, I did. It's not that I didn't do it because I didn't like believe in what it was. I thought the campaign was cool. Yeah. I was just like, time-wise, it was just like...
It's too tight.
It was too tight. I was coming back from vacation. But when they doubled it, I said, well, I mean, sure. They doubled it and they took out the thing I didn't want to do. Ooh. So I was like, oh, well, you kind of made it like how I would have wanted it to be. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like sometimes when they say they have a budget, it really is like, oh, this is cap. Y'all are just playing to see how much I'm going to push back.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I feel like sometimes you just, like, having management, it's someone that's vouching for you. It's
absolutely.
Like, here's what my client can offer you. This is what she does. This is why you reached out. Mm-hmm. And this is what she deserves. So I feel like the execution of you not having to fight for yourself.
Yes. And having people writing for you.
Yeah. And Kensington Great writes for you.
They really do. I love all my managers. Yeah. Shout out to them.
Okay. How do you work on building creative relationships?
Oh, okay. Okay, this is good because I think that we're a prime example of this. So you tell me if you think about it this way too. I think of all of us that are signed to KG that I see often as like one coworkers in a way, but we're also like cool. You know, we're also cool, but we're kind of like we're within the same industry. We do a lot of the same work, and we have a lot of conversations that are more like on the professional tip, but then we have fun because clearly we're like out seeing each other.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
But I mean, for me personally, I have always been again, you see me now. I feel like
you're outgoing,
girl. So, I'm outgoing. I talk too much. I feel like people are gonna watch this podcast and be like, "Who is this yappy girl in the green shirt?" But no, I'm naturally gonna talk to people. Like, I have never been the type of person that has been opportunistic, or because I'm like, maybe I'm not going to say it's bad to be opportunistic because like even in like a work networking setting, sometimes you might want to talk to the CEO of a company you might want to work at casually, but it could lead to something else in the future. I don't like to look at the creator space like that. If I meet somebody that has more followers than me, I'm not thinking like, oh, they have more followers than me.
What am I going to get out of this? No.
That's weird. Yeah. And I feel like if you're like that, it's kind of like, girl, first of all, them posting you on your story and tagging you is not going to make it's not going to eat the way you think it's going to eat. You know, it's kind of
like you're not going to gain the traction you think you're going to get.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that genuinely building a network of people that kind of have like a similar mindset to you it could benefit you because there have been some situations where like maybe something didn't work out for me and I'm like I'm pushing a friend of mine or I'm like, oh, you know who would be a good opportunity for this person. Yeah. So I think that it's best to like talk to everyone and be like authentic, like just be naturally yourself. I'm like, don't go into the space thinking, okay, everybody's in here has 1 million followers and I need to become besties with all of them and F the people that have like 10,000 followers that are on the come up. Talk to everybody because you never know. Because first of all, Miss 10K might find her groove and suddenly pop to 500K overnight. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, I was looking at her crazy. And now she might actually have the keys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
like just talk to who you want to talk to.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. And I feel like I agree with everything you said. I feel like when I started I was probably nervous to talk to people. I definitely went to events and I was like, I'm staying for 30 minutes and I'm leaving. But I feel like, especially with our management team and the girls on it, we're all just fun and we're all vibe. Like every time I go to an event, I'm like, where are the KG girls? Boom. Are you going to be there? Because I don't know if I'm going to go. Like
me, you, and Kim?
Literally, me, you, and Kim are just like, I don't know if I'm going to go. One of them not going to be there. So I feel like it's just nice to have that support of people that you can like look out for at these things. You know, it makes it more fun. So
it does make it more fun because sometimes, hey, some people don't got good energy. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah,
but which sucks. But then I can't lie. I feel like I've met a lot of people with a lot of good energy.
Yeah,
and I love that. And I love seeing people like me in these spaces. So that's why I always get excited when I do see like you or Kim, because I'm like, okay, cool. My people are here. I know that like maybe I don't know anybody here, but like
we
I know
have fun.
We always have, and we always have fun. We're always looking for the food.
Exactly. Feed us at these events. Feed us, please.
Number one, please feed us at these events.
Okay, what's next?
Oh, do you think you have a healthy relationship with social media?
I think now I do. I feel
That's
like,
great.
yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I've always been. No, I feel like over time I have, but I would say not in the very beginning. I didn't have an unhealthy relationship, but I think when I started making money off of it, I'm going to be honest. I was like, I'm gonna do this, that, and third. You know, I was probably, I didn't act on it, but I was thinking of things that I was gonna do to like grow quicker. Ooh. And then I'm like, okay, but this is not stuff I like.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna stray from things because I think it's gonna, because there was a time, especially on TikTok, where the growth strategy people were all over my For You page. Do this, do that.
So stressful.
And they're like, this is how you grow. And I'm like, okay, but you're growing because you're telling people how to grow.
Fair.
That's why you're growing.
Fair.
Not to all of them. No hate to all of them. But I'm like, you're growing because you're telling people how to grow. They're going to follow you. So I'm like, I need to like not. I like sometimes, I think at that time, the best thing I did for myself was post and get off. Until I could clear. Until you have a healthy relationship, if you are a content creator, post and just get off. Like, remember there's other things besides, you know, because there's so many platforms that we use.
For sure.
So between all those platforms, where are you just living your life and not doing everything for like content? Like, it's okay to just like enjoy yourself.
Girl.
Not everything is a capturable moment.
Girl.
Like, you're like, oh, this is pretty.
Let me do a whole video on it. And it's just like, can you just enjoy it?
Yeah, like enjoy yourself. So I feel like don't forget to enjoy yourself for sure. Yeah.
I feel like that's an excellent segue to my note. That was actually what I was going to talk about earlier. I don't think I have a healthy relationship with it at all. My mental health deteriorates every day on these apps.
Okay.
That's not good. Like I feel like it's very important for me to be transparent, especially as someone that has been doing this for so long, to say like your mental health, it can be in shambles at some point. And you have to get yourself out of that. And you have to remind yourself of a lot of things. But like you have to know that you also can get back in that place. Because to my point earlier, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And then also there's this whole comparison game. And I say this in the sense of like, this is something that I actually thought about myself too. Yes, it's comparison in the sense of you can compare yourself to other creators. You could be like, okay, their page is bigger than mine because they're doing these things, or like they look a certain way. I don't look a certain way. Personally, I've never been a big like comparison person. Like I've always just been like, I'm living my life free. Like I think everybody's beautiful. I think we're all like in our own lane. And if you're that type of person, that's amazing. But you have to know that you might run into that wall if you notice like some like discrepancies between you and someone else. But that's not even the biggest point of comparison. I think the biggest point of comparison I have realized is the one with myself. That one eats me up all the time, trying to be who I was at one point. Like when I'm on my when I'm at my peak, trying to be her. Yeah, I'm like, forget everybody else. I don't care. We're literally like, I'm not the same as this person. I'll never be the same as this person, and that's fine. But me trying to be who I was in 2022, who I was.
Do you feel like it's
now?
because you're constantly watching yourself?
Absolutely,
so you can see how you're evolving. Okay.
Yes, the fact that I literally have like a digital diary of every place that I've ever been in the last 4 years.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And to your point, it's like sometimes you just gotta put it out and let it go. But then I feel like when you're at the point where you are kind of like, am I happy? Is this exciting me still? Because I think that people kind of lose an essence of why they were doing it in the first place. And this is not me saying like, I want to quit, I want to give up. It's just me being like real.
Honest,
like
these are
it's
thoughts
honest.
that you have.
Yeah, because I'm just like, I think that so many people are posting like, okay, I want to be a content creator and I'm doing all this stuff. I want the free stuff. I want the brand trips. And it's like, all this stuff is fun. But when your whole job becomes whether people like you or whether they don't like you.
It's a bit much.
It's a lot. Bit much. And I feel like that's the baseline that a lot of people don't talk about, is whether, you know, you feel like you're doing what you should be doing, what you've always wanted to do, or if you're like performing after a certain point. And to your point too, it's like, do I want my entire life to be a TV show forever? Like, do I want this breakfast that I'm eating every single time to be recorded? Or do I just want to eat the breakfast?
Yeah, so you just have to balance. I will say
it's balance
is, and I know like that sounds so cliche because I know people say it, but like you really have to hold yourself accountable so that you can be a creator, but also just live your life. Because if every single person that I know who puts everything out there, literally like down the line, you see a video about like why I quit.
Yeah.
Or why because like it always leads to the same path. You can't share everything because it always comes back to haunt you. You can share everything at that moment. It might work for you, but something like down the line, it will just not. It doesn't work.
No, I agree. And I think that's a good point of like everyone that shares everything, because it's like, one, yeah, it's a great growth strategy. People love speaking your business. I am people. But it's also hard to then like separate yourself from like things that other people should know about you and things that maybe they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, oh, I broke up with this man that everybody knows I've been dating. Do I go on and talk about it? Or like, oh my
God, relationships online. We'll leave that for another
tricky.
We'll leave that for another time.
I'm dead. But yes, the net, I'm going to leave it on a positive note because I feel like it was getting a little negative.
Oh, yeah.
Positively, do I have the best relationship? No, but we're working on it because to your point, balance. And I think that that's something that I consistently am trying to like make sure I have, to make sure I'm maintaining that happiness and like the remaining true to who I am, and reminding myself that like that might have been a part of me at one point in my life, like the person that I maybe was trying to like be again.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm not gonna be here again, baby. I'm not gonna be 23 years old again.
Yeah.
And I don't need to be, because first of all, me at almost 27. Her. Yeah.
Okay, what's next? Do you think you have... Oh, we raised that? Okay, what is your creative process when receiving a brief and working with a brand? Oh, damn.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah. Okay, first of all, it depends on if they like started off with wanting like a creative concept. Like I feel like that really helps segue into making good content. So first of all, I need the product.
For sure.
Once I have the product, and I feel like lately I've been working with a lot of brands products I already have.
Oh yeah.
So like and I feel like that helps because like I use it. So like I'm trying to push that type of content and just work with brands that I'm like using.
I like that. I feel the same way.
Life. So like for instance, like I'm always talking about the same body care, same Dove body soaps. So I'm like, it makes sense to work with those brands. But I feel like once I do that, I do the creative concept. And then from there, when they approve it, I start to film. And I will do one round of revision. For me, that's what I'll keep in the contract. If you want any more revisions, then it needs to be a fee.
It's gonna be additional.
Because then you're just... I definitely, before I had management and I didn't know about the whole revision thing, I definitely had brands who were like, can you do this? Can you do... It will get to that. Like, can you change this? It's like, we're 4 days in and we're... This is too much. Exactly. You know? So I feel like just having a clear... thing of like, what do you want? Send me video examples if you want. Doesn't mean it's gonna exactly be like that, but show me your vibe. Give me a mood board and let me see if it fits my vibe. So like, not to throw like, just for example, Lumina, I love working with them because they like go with my vibe a lot. But they are always like, they're just like me. Like they like to plot out everything and then so we don't have any bumps in the road. So I feel like when it comes to content creation for a brand, I need you to be like exact so I can deliver on it, because if you're not, we're just gonna be going back and forth and wasting time. Yeah, it's not cute. I got other stuff to do.
I know that's right. Honestly, to your video example point, when brands have sent me examples of my videos that they are like trying to redo kind of, I'm like, okay, I get that, because that tells me like the vibe you want. Because if you send me a day in the life versus like a live talking video that I've done, that lets me know, okay, you want whatever this is, whatever the vibe is.
Yeah.
Okay, my creative process, child, let me see. I feel like my first thought is I associate the idea to like the type of video I want to do. So I think about I don't know, I guess, hold on, I feel like it's here on my lip. It's probably not. I'm gonna ignore that. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, I feel like I try to associate the type of the video idea to whatever content pillar idea I might have. So like, is it a vlog, or is it just like a list type of thing? Is it me sitting on my couch and talking? What does it look like? Or is it like a new type of video that I want to experiment with? And then from there, I kind of just like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I just do. Yeah. Like I'll be in my notes section. It's so funny because I literally just like, I'll jot down different thoughts, or I'll jot down different sentences. Right. Yeah. And sometimes it just starts with a sentence and then I just go from there. Like I remember, I don't know who I was talking to, but I was like, I was like, yeah, I just do my VO off the cuff. Like, I'll just rewatch the video. And it's basically every VO that I've done is just my commentary on watching the video. And which is so silly. But I'm like, no, this really is like, this is how I tell stories for real. And this is like any type of like outburst I have or just like me laughing in the video is genuinely me laughing at like either what happened or laughing at what I said, versus they were like, I literally have to script out every single thing that I do.
Yeah, it doesn't work all the time. Yeah.
No, I did try it one time though, and I was like, I get it. I still have to do a little bit of like, I may change it up a little bit, but I hate so bad when brands ask me to write up a script.
Oh yeah, that is too much. I feel like their creative concept is good enough. Like, I'm giving you an idea of what I'm gonna do, but if you want like word for word what I'm gonna say, I don't know in that moment if I'm still gonna feel that way.
Right, the video isn't even recorded
the video
yet.
is not there yet. Like, so I need time.
Exactly. And you know what too, because as I stated previously, I work in advertising, and a lot of the brands are still under that like traditional advertising lens. So where we need the script, we need to pitch this exact script to the client, and then once the client approves the script, we get into actually like visualizing what things look like. And I think that they take a lot of that into this like content creator space, and it's just like, no, a lot of these content creators really just like set up their phone and just yap. So I'm like, I don't think they don't know what translating. They're gonna say. If you give them bullet points, sure. Or you like tell them what specific things you want them to say about a product or an event, then maybe we can. Oh, I got that piece of hair. Then maybe we can go from there. But like telling me to formulate exactly what I'm gonna say and then sit there and say like, hello, my name is da 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 da, and this is the product that I'm promoting. Wait, that was fast, right? Dang. Oh, I'll be talking
hydrating, moisturizing,
right? Exactly. Oh my God, no, that's when you know it's a paid promotion because they make you say the whole thing. Oh my God, I worked with
niacinamide, hydrocolloid.
I worked with a brand.
It's like we know what's in it.
Exactly.
Let me invoke my feeling of what it makes me feel and like how it works for me. But
girl, no, because I worked with a brand recently and they made me say all 10 words of the dang product. And I was like, first of all, who was in the lab and decided that this cream needed to have 10 freaking words in the name? We know it's the cream. We know what it does. God.
Yeah. You could have just said the brand and the cream.
Boom.
That's it.
No, boom.
They'll know what I'm talking about.
The people know. They know. If it's a makeup wipe, you don't need to say da-da-da makeup remover. We see what it is. It's on the package. Okay. Oh, okay. Now I think we're playing a little game now.
Okay.
So your goal, basically, you need to come up with what your creative idea is. Like, walk me through your execution of the brief idea I give you.
Okay.
Got it? Okay. You got 60 seconds, but take your time.
Okay.
So your aim is to inspire your audience to journal and get their ideas from pen to paper. Whether it's reflecting on your day or doing a brain dump, highlight the benefits of jotting things down in the brand's high-quality journals and daily planners. Let me run it back. Their journals and daily planner notebooks. Create content that passes helpful hints or topics onto your audience within the content that educates your audience whilst ensuring it is also realistic and attainable. Dang, can I read? Oh my God.
No, girl, it's gonna be me next.
Jumbo. Okay.
Damn, my brain. Let me see. Okay.
Hold on. I got some more for you.
Okay.
So an example, a timestamp vlog highlighting the moments throughout your day with journaling planning naturally integrated. A before and after, show how jotting things down in the journal planner has transformed your daily life goals in a big or small way. And then your deliverable is one TikTok video, 6 months organic usage on the brand's own social channels, and then 1 month of paid usage rights on influencers' on your channel and the brand's own channel. What would you charge for this campaign? Is the bonus. So we can start with the idea, and then you can tell me what you would charge.
Wait, tell me the deliverables again. One TikTok,
6 months of usage or organic usage, and then 1 month of paid usage on their channel and your channel.
Girl, this is
$1 trillion.
This is what we got a management team for.
I'll be like, ooh, wait, okay. Okay. Well, let's start with the idea. Break down how you would do this idea.
Okay. First of all, I feel like this is giving very much lifestyle.
Yeah.
So this is all going to be filmed in my apartment. Like, that's my number one thing I always throw out. I feel like I would capture moments of myself. I feel like because of the journal, you need to invoke some type of like, make people feel like they want to buy it. So I would like channel more into the aesthetic vibe for this. So I would film myself getting up in the morning, grabbing the journal. Not that I journal every morning, but like I would grab the journal and show myself like using it and like using it throughout the day of jotting stuff down, because I do jot down stuff a lot. So I feel like I would use it throughout the day and show myself like planning things, going to the grocery store. So yeah, I would just stick to like a simple lifestyle vlog and just use the journal. That's the best way. I feel like you can make people. Yeah, I feel like for that type of product, just talking about it is not going to do anything. Yeah, like educational for that wouldn't work. So I would go into like lifestyle and aesthetic. Okay. I feel like I feel like that will make the customer happy and also my followers happy. So,
for sure. And you'll probably get the, ooh, what's that journal?
Yeah, like just use it naturally. I feel like for something like that, if I was to just get on and be like, this journal it's not going to do anything. So that's what I would do for that.
That's how you also know whenever people hit this is the coldest. Do you remember that? This is the coldest water bottle. Or just like incorporating. Yeah. Where was that water bottle coming from?
I don't know.
It really came out of nowhere, and I'm glad it's gone. Oh my God.
Oh my God. How much I would charge? See, the problem is like, I'm like, I don't know anymore because they really do it for me. God. I'm not even trying to be funny, but like, I think like baseline for TikTok will probably be like $7,000 just for the TikTok. And then usage, I don't know, 60 days? I don't know, 2,000?
6 months.
Oh, 6 months? Okay.
Girl, it's giving $1 trillion.
6 months is, first of all, I don't know if I would.
You don't want that video running for that.
I don't want to. Okay, that's hard. I feel like usually per month it's around like $1,000 for usage. So okay. I don't know if anyone would ever do usage that long. To be honest, most brands you literally stop at 3 months.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed too.
Yeah. But yeah, something like that, and that's pretty much it. We'll see.
Period.
Yeah, that's it.
But bag secure. Period.
Yes, bag secured is all that matters.
I'm screaming. Okay, what's mine? Run it by me.
Okay, girl, let's see. Okay, so... luxury paint DIY.
Ooh, okay.
A leading paint brand wants you to encourage homeowners to unleash their creative... Okay, hold on. A leading paint brand wants you to encourage homeowners to unleash their creativity as they approach the summer months throughout the power of color. Okay, source your home with a DIY project using a brand's luxury paint range. Okay, I'm thinking of Home Depot while I'm reading this. The brand has a tight turnaround.
She's not
doing it. The brand has a tight turnaround. This campaign for 14 days. Okay, that's not bad. Concept example: easy and quick DIY project. Transform your home with a whole room makeover. I feel like this is something you would do.
I feel like, I know exactly how I would do this.
Deliverables, you will pick 3. Okay, you can pick of 3. 1 Instagram reel, paid usage, 30 days on Instagram. What would you charge for this campaign? First of all, you would do this campaign.
Absolutely. I think they literally just said what I would do. Yeah. I would be like, back in my decorating my groovy apartment days, I would just say, decorate my groovy apartment, me holding a paint bucket. And then I would just go crazy with the paint. But you know what I found? People really enjoy when they can choose options. So maybe incorporating some type of like choice within it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I realize like while brands may... and this is like me doing extra credit thing for myself, but I feel like it makes it more authentic too. But being like, okay, y'all, I'm between these 2 paint options. This is what I'm trying to paint. This is my inspo. What do you think? And then kind of like using the comment section, using one of those as like a response with the paid post.
Oh, yes.
So then it's like,
because then I feel like that always works really well. Yeah.
And people have like an expectation of, okay, I'm excited to see this video. So then the likelihood of them watching it and seeing what the result is going to be higher.
Yeah.
So I probably do something along the lines of that just to make it more interactive for my audience and my community. Because I remember when I was doing a lot of those videos, I have this pink locker and I asked them for help on choosing like the color scheme of it. And people were so excited to be like pink and yellow. Yeah. Orange, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I feel like I'd probably do something like that. And then, put it on Reels. I think it would
do well.
Reels. Yeah.
Because you do a lot of DIY stuff. Yeah, so this was perfect for you.
I do.
Okay, how much would you charge though?
I don't know. To your point.
Yeah, because this is Instagram, girl. We in the TikTok lane.
Look, I would be like, Joelle, what do you think? But no, I don't know. Probably.
What would your base be?
I should know. something
around this. Probably.
I feel like it would probably be like a 5-figure deal for sure.
Yeah.
I think it would like net out to that.
Okay.
But I don't where within the 5 figures. Probably like
5.
Who knows?
Yeah. We'll just leave it out there.
Yeah. Something.
We'll
it would be money. It would be a decent amount. Okay. Oh, now we talking money. Dang.
A good transition.
Okay. What was your highest paid brand deal?
Okay. What was my high to date? I don't mind saying names. The biggest brand deal I got was probably with Olay. Okay. When I was doing the like I feel like because that was also like
you did a commercial?
It was like it wasn't a commercial, but it had some SAG work in it. So I feel like it was like a little bit it was so short. It was a very short. It was with you know when LA was it the TikTok commercial that was going around when LA was asking people like on the street.
Girl,
like,
you were in that.
I was in that.
Yeah, I got asked about that. You did it. Oh dang. Yeah. The bag. Well, I didn't know about the cream. I was like, I don't want to. I'm so weird about like.
Yeah, I feel you. Products. I've used that cream for a long time.
Okay.
So I'm like, I know, like, because when you're doing brand deals and they want you to do stuff like that, like, I'm like, if you know it, then I'm like, okay, this is fine. But I feel you.
I didn't remember that commercial though.
Yeah, it was cute. So that was probably my highest paying 6 figures for sure, and it was fun. It was really fun, and it like required like me to go home and do a little stuff here and there, but it was a good, and it wasn't like too addy or too like it was very natural.
Felt very natural.
Yeah, it was very natural. So yeah, that was my favorite one.
I think that my biggest one was. I did a Clorox wipe deal, which I always say,
I think I remember.
People are asleep on the non-sexy brand.
Exactly. Those home brands?
I love them. Because one, they give you so much creative, they give you so much creative freedom. I can prove that it works. I could take a Clorox wipe and pick up some dirt. And every video that I posted with my Clorox wipes, maybe one did like decent. But like a couple of them, most of them, because I did 3, they did like really well, especially for ads. Because I feel like with ads, sometimes you got to just
with ads, you gotta have the mutuals come in and help you out.
Because the second people see that paid partnership, they be even if the video is good.
I'm not gonna lie. Literally, if I see one of my mutuals have a paid, like I take out time out of my day. I'm in the comments. I'm like, yes, girl, add it to the list. I'm like helping out because I'm like, I feel like ads are just by example. People just aren't interested.
No,
so it's hard. That's why it's good to not make it addy. So like what you were saying with creative control, it's important.
So it's like you're working with brands that give you like the flexibility to do your stuff and then incorporate their stuff in it, and it naturally flows. Like I always try to make my ads just seem like everyday things that I do, which is why it's important for me to push back on the brands and be like, nah, this is how I would do it in a normal basis. So like, let's make it casual.
Like I would know what's gonna.
I know what's gonna pop on my page.
I know what's gonna pop on my page and how I should word it and start it off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed that campaign. They were really fun to work with. I think that was like. I don't remember the exact amount, but I know it was like, it was a pretty
decent amount.
It was a pretty decent amount. It was like a high 5 figures.
Okay.
It was a high 5 figures. I literally don't remember the exact amount it was. I just know it was definitely over. Let me stop for my mama probably right. She don't need to be pocket watching. Respect. I love her, but
it was good.
It was good.
Oh, this one. What was the lowest deal you've ever taken and why did you take it?
I feel like I've taken some bogus stuff.
Like the only explanation is like because in the beginning, because we didn't know better. Like why did I take a low deal? Because like I was posting silly videos and I started getting paid for it. That's why I took that low deal.
Yeah,
so, like you just didn't know, Especially I feel like people weren't talking about like what to charge, Because when I first started making money off of it, I was still just like, I was also working, so I was not taking it that seriously. But once I wanted to take it seriously and I started asking questions, some people didn't want to talk. And I was like, damn.
Really?
I'm like, I guess it's hard to phrase to someone like, hey, so I'm not trying to like pocket watch you, but like how much would you charge for this? So like some people don't like talking about money, I feel like. So it's like it was hard to phrase it. So I think I was getting very like plain answers.
Yeah.
Versus if someone asked me in my DMs, I'll be like, well, this, that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll tell you the breakdown, I'll tell you what you should do. So I'm like, I'm okay with talking about it. But yeah.
I feel that. I'm like, because I feel like I'm giving shy about talking about the money, but I like talking about what I make to people that I like, I know.
Yeah,
in a way.
yeah. Not like...
Because people be pocket watching you.
Because then I want someone to make a freaking story about it. Like, I don't want someone to make a little clip about it.
Exactly.
So, like, I feel like if someone really, truly wants to do it, then I'm okay with it.
No, for sure. If it's like a genuine question, or even if like my friends didn't ask and they're like, because I've become like a pseudo manager to a couple people, and I'll be like, you need to tell them you want this amount, this is how much usage,
what's waitlisting, what's
exactly
all this.
Exactly, because people will be quick to like undersell themselves. Like one of my friends, I had to her engagement out the roof every single time. Like they're eating her behind up, and I'm just like, she started getting deals in. And I'm like, this is what you need to say. And she was like, no, that's so much money. And I was like, this isn't even so much money. People are out here making $75K off of one post.
People that I've met that are like
bands. Literally. So it's just like, please, you asking for $1,000 is not, it's not crazy.
And let's not get into the pay discrepancy, but I'll leave that for
Stop.
I'll leave that for another
they've been cutting up on that one lately.
Okay, next. How do you negotiate with brands? We don't.
I don't. Somebody else is doing it for me. Although I will say though, because I know one of my friends that's been in the game for a minute. She makes it a priority to have the relationships with the brands, and I think I need to be better at that.
Yeah, that
just
does
like
help.
Outside of the money conversations, just being like, hey, I'm Lauren. Sending emails back and forth, any correspondence, like, oh, I saw this product drop, like, really love to use it, or I really love using it, or just like, oh, saw this happen in the you know what I'm saying? Like, just casual conversations, or just like even having some type of relationship with them to where, they know who you are, and it's on a basis where like you're coming up first mind, or it's just like natural. Like if we were to not be with our management company anymore, they still remember who we are, and like we could continue working with them.
Just to touch on that, I would say one thing I started doing at events is that whoever sent out the email,
looking for them.
Yeah, looking for them and just continue a conversation with them and doing
that.
like virtual coffee meetups. And that has led to like long-lasting relationships that lead to like brand deals or just casual things, because I feel like putting a face to the name always helps, because some people just know you via online. Once you introduce someone and make that introduction, more things will flow your way. So I feel like it's good to just introduce yourself.
That's important.
Yeah, it is,
because I do feel like once I get to the event, I'm always like
it's hectic,
like running around literally. No, that's good.
The drinks are flowing.
Stop. And I'm like, I don't even drink. And I am still flustered.
Literally.
Okay, what is the number one thing you ask brands for before you collaborate?
What's the number one thing I ask? The product?
Period.
Please give me the product so I can like. And I know we keep bringing this up, but like
it's
cannot stress it up.
They
like,
don't be straight to send it.
I need the product. Like I really do. Like I've definitely had brand, like not recently, but I never had a brand deal and they took so long to send me a product. They took 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks. And they're the ones who kept stressing about how this needs to go out during this time. Like this is the time.
They kept it the same.
They tried to. And I'm just like, I feel like I need the product and I need to try it out the product.
Every single time.
Yeah. I just can't. I'm at a point where I just need time to see if this is something I really like. It's either that or I need to be using it already. So it's one or the other. But it's not going to work. It's like that tight turnaround will be the death of... And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to agree with us. Like, it's just not... It shows in your work.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't... It's not good for both of us. You are the brand. You don't want sloppy work. So, yeah. What about you?
I agree. I think for me, it's time.
Yeah.
I always ask for time.
Yeah.
Because I think that the schedule... Okay, first of all, I know I keep bringing up that I still have a job, but I do. Well, they're both jobs, but I still have a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
It is. I think a lot of brands assume that all creators are full-time creators, and they move as such.
Yeah.
So them telling you, okay, we need it in 2 days, is under the assumption that you are not clocking into an office. And clearly, that's a me thing. Like that's a me thing. I have to figure out as like a person that has decided to pursue both careers. But I'm like, baby, No, I gotta go clock in.
Yeah.
And make sure my manager sees me in that office.
They give you the revision and they're like, can you send it by end of the day?
Right. And I'm like, no, I will send it to you tomorrow morning when I get the opportunity to make it home. And it's like, obviously I'm not bringing that up I don't bring it up to the clients as an excuse for why I need like an additional day.
You're just being honest. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, I need the time. You shouldn't have to ask me why I need the time. I just need the time. Do you want the video to be good or not?
Okay. So time and product. We can agree. Time and product.
Okay. Do you diversify your income as a creator? And if so, how?
Yeah. Yes. I would say that... Wait, you go first. Actually.
Okay,
I need to think about it. Yeah.
I was going to say, I guess, shoot, what I just said, I got a job.
Yeah, you got a job.
I know I'm getting a paycheck every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Whether
or not,
Girl, if I don't get a brand deal this month, I'm still paying my rent. So I think that was an important thing for me because I remember one of the first things Shanae said to me before I got out. She was like, you're going to quit your job because the money's going to be good. And I was like, no. I believe her. And it is. I was like, I could quit my job. But I think that I like the consistency. Social media is just like not consistent.
Yeah, which is important. I would say if you're going to be a content creator, you need to realize sometimes the money's not going to be consistent. And if you're not good at managing your money...
you might need to get you a little side.
You might go broke.
Right. And I think another thing too is, aside from the consistency, I like my job.
Exactly. I'm like, you don't have to like, and it goes into each other because I know your content and it works together.
And I'm a producer and I'm like, I'm basically just I do a lot of the same things. Like my thought process is the same between my two jobs. On one end, I'm behind the scenes. On the other end, I'm in front of a screen.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something a lot of people are... I don't know. A lot of people don't like their job, and I think are looking for content creation as an escape.
And I'm like, honey,
it's not. If anything, it's more stressful.
Yeah.
I'm like, honestly, if you're not committed to it enough, or if you're not stronger than the Marines, baby, you might need to stay down to that 9 to 5 and clock in, because
it's not an escape you think it is. It's an escape in the beginning because you're not making money off of it,
right?
So you can do whatever you want.
Then when it's a business and your business is like, because it's like any entrepreneurship adventure, or a venture. It's like, okay, you're making a profit now. You know what you need to make the profit. What's the demand here? The people want to see this, but maybe you don't want to do that anymore. But like, how do you pivot? Do you take a drop in engagement in order for you to transition? Is your business going to be able to sustain if you do that? It's really it's all just like having a business at the end of the day, except you're the boss and the worker.
Exactly. I would say for me, because I'm full time now. But also I do a lot of freelancing. So, and I've always done that. So like, I feel like even if you're a content creator and you're making money off of social media, still make money other ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like that goes for life though. Even if you have a 9 to 5, I know people have they still do freelance.
They have like
don't be afraid to just do what you want to do. And make your passions into... If you can, take a skill that you know and try to make money off of it. If it's a skill that you have, just do it because you never know.
That's true. And sometimes it's okay for it not to make money.
That too. Like, I'm like, if you want to do content creation and you feel like you want to make money off of it, don't think that you're always going to be making money off of it.
Yeah.
Like, it can't be the only thing you want. Because,
you still have to enjoy it.
You have to enjoy it. And what if you don't? You just don't make money off of it. What are you going to do?
Right. Are you going to be okay with that?
I think that's the question. That? Are you going to be able to live and eat?
Not you're gonna be snorting on a microphone. Oh my God.
I always tell people that. I'm like, are you gonna be able to? Literally, my financial advisor tells me that all the time. She just jokes. She's like, are you gonna be able to live and eat? That's the most important thing.
Yeah, I'm glad she hit your head. That is tea.
So like, that's the best life advice you could get. Is like, you need to do things that bring you joy, but you need to, we're all adults. You
gotta stand on business.
Unfortunately, we need money. We have to stand on business. Ain't no trust fund over here.
I know, damn. Unfortunately.
If it changes, I'll let you know.
Okay. Now we're on to the C-on-C hotline. The C-on-C community has rang and we are here to answer. Okay, so we're going to give, this segment, we're going to give tips to creators needing to solve dilemmas, answer some questions, and really just, give them some advice based on a little topic. So what's the topic?
Hi guys, so I have a question. How did you find your management and what are some tips for getting signed?
Okay, this is gonna make people laugh.
Wait, because mine is a joke too. I don't know if I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna be honest. Okay, let me go first. I'm not gonna lie. They reached out to me, and at first I did not see it. So I
Wait, you're like your DMs?
They reached out to me in my DMs first, and I didn't see it. I don't know what happened. I'm really bad with Instagram DMs. Like sometimes I'll be writing people back 5 months later, which is what I did with. Which is what I did with Kensington, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, I'm so sorry. Then they reached out again and I saw that one.
Oh, they were on you.
They were on me. They're on my, I was like, they must want me.
Period.
And as soon as I saw it, of course I responded. Because like, first of all, I know you guys. Like, I know the girls, the KG girlies. Like, I love them all. Like, these are girlies that I followed for so long. And Kensington has a close relationship with Jackie, Ina. So I'm like, I've been knowing you guys. So I feel like, before them, I had a couple of other agencies reached out to me too, but like it was not the best fit. I think with them, it just helps that, first of all, that it's Black owned and that it's just, I feel like my people are there and they're rooting for me. So I feel like having a relationship with them prone kind of helped me sign pretty quickly, basically. What about you?
Okay. My story is very silly, goofy, but I think that is a testimony to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
So basically, they have followed me. Oh no, maybe I like found out about them at some point. I don't remember how I found out about them, but I remember reading their they had like a post pin that was saying what the requirements were, and it was like,
oh, 100K.
Right, 100K on one of your platforms. Definitely wasn't there. And then it was something, just like engagement wise. I was like, okay, engagement, we're good, but 100K, baby,
no.
We're close but no cigar.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. But they had followed me. And you know what? Of course, sent a quick DM. Oh, thank you for the follow. This, that, and the third. They were like, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. And then one of the managers DM'd me and was like, hey, we have our eye on you. I pushed you in a meeting. Everyone's very interested. Like, keep doing what you're doing. She was giving me like tips and stuff to like, you know, keep growing.
See, so they had an interest in you. See, I think it does help when they have an interest in you already.
Right. Yeah. So that was a piece. Let's rewind to earlier that year. This management company had reached out to me. I thought it would, you know, it'd be giving scam.
Yes.
It'd be giving scam.
I remember this.
Yes. I was about to say, I feel like I told you this story. This is why you smiling, because it's silly.
Yeah.
So they reached out to me and I ignored it. And then I saw one of my mutuals was signed to them. So I was just like, oh, I messaged her and I'm like, hey girl, you know, what's up with the agency? She was like, yeah, she said they were good. They took 30% though. Right. Yeah. And I was like, if you're taking 30%, y'all need to be having me like brand deal down.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of wild.
Yeah.
And then I took the meeting with them like several months later because I was just like, okay, it's not a scam. Let me see what they're talking about. Talked to the girl. It was fine. But I knew where I wanted to be. Like after I had seen KG stuff, I was like, I know where I want to be. But like clearly I'm not there yet, but I don't mind taking a stepping stone. Yeah. Like if it's anything I've learned in like both careers, sometimes you're not going to get exactly what you want when you want it.
In the time frame you want.
Exactly. So sometimes you need to take like the smaller pebbles in order to get to the boulder.
Yeah.
So, you know, I took the meeting. It went fine. I was like, if they said they want me, I'd be open. But what did I do? What did I do after that meeting?
Went with the other friend?
I went to KG DMs and I said, hey, I have some agencies.
Oh.
I was like, I have some agencies.
Oh my God.
Checking me out, but I'm very much interested in signing with y'all. Baby, I'm telling you, I was down at Turks and Caicos. They set up a meeting that week.
I love that though.
And I was like, sometimes it's like
you gotta go with what you want.
You gotta go with what you want, and you kinda gotta shake the tape a little bit. Because I was like, baby, I had agency looking at me and they denied me. First of all, there wasn't nobody looking at me.
Not you exposing FKT looking at me. You know what?
If y'all see this video,
fake it till you make it.
That's what they be saying. And listen, sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it. I might be putting myself out, but I feel like this could be this could be somebody's plan.
And it worked, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, theys and thems, I would not say take my approach and do it yourself because who knows if it's gonna work. But yeah, I mean it worked. But I also knew I was putting in that work because I remember I got on that call with them and I was like, hey, listen, I know I'm only at 75K on TikTok, but I guarantee y'all sign me and I'm gonna immediately.
Yeah.
Get
You're
to
like,
know
I'm
me.
1 month away.
Look, no, I'm telling you, like, after I signed, it just, and I didn't even sign. We were like in a trial period. I hit my benchmark in that trial period, and then things were just like going good. So then that's how I ended up staying signed on. But yeah, my initial.
That's so funny. I love it though.
And it was a mess.
But you're here now.
I know, and I'm blessed, and I thank them for giving me an opportunity, even though I was, fibbing a little. It was just an S. Black people love putting S's on things. It's fine.
Thanks for calling the CNC hotline.
Okay. Well, I'll do so.
I'm gonna give them my cash app.
Oh my God, you are unserious.
I'm joking. All right, go ahead.
Okay, where can the people find you?
Okay, you can find me just Temela, so that's _ JUSTEMELA _ on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
Is that your cash app too?
Yeah. No, but yeah, it's just Temela is for all my platforms, so you can find me there. What about you?
Okay, I am at Lauren the Lowlife, LAUREN the LOLIFE on TikTok, Instagram, and I think if you type that in on YouTube, I should come up. But I know I'm under Lauren W. But my YouTube is very fresh, so
coming soon.
Right, it's more things to come. But it's a couple things on there if you want to get a little taste. But other than that, though, thank you, Creators on Creators, for having us. And I don't know, I really had a good time.
I had a good time too.
I
knew it was gonna be good because it's us. So.
I know. I'm telling you, the second I saw your name, I said, "Oh, they're gonna have to cut a lot because we're about to be going crazy."
But yes, thank you so much for having us, and we have fun.
Yes, perfect.
Wow.